I can tell you right now, there is a process to mastering the dialogue. And it's not because now, so Kevin is a great salesperson. I think a lot of people will be able to just sense that just by hearing him talk and the energy that he has. But the key is you take a great salesperson and you don't make them or force them to follow the process. Someday in the future, it's going to show up that they didn't learn something, they didn't understand something. It's kind of like there was a study my dad always showed me or told me about, and I think it was Stanford or Harvard, about how many of the death row inmates actually skipped the process of crawling. They went from skipping the process of crawling and going straight to walking. It's amazing. They did a study on death row inmates, and they went from like sitting and rolling around to kind of like like skipping the process of crawling and getting to walking. And here's what they determined: that there's each level that when you're sitting, you're seeing the world from one view. When you're actually on your knees doing this, you're seeing it from a different view. When you start to stand up, or start crawling, you see it from a different view. When you stand up, you see it from a different view, and then you start running. And they're saying that somehow when kids, toddlers or babies were missing that one view, that one perspective, that it actually had an impact on the way that they thought, their thinking, their mindsets and whatnot, and it showed up in that area. And I always remembered that. So you take somebody like Kevin, it's like, yeah, surely could he have called expireds day one? Absolutely. But he would have been practicing on the expireds. He may have gotten beat up. He may have actually, something worse may have happened. He may have used a bad habit, and he may have lucked out and got business and then thought that bad habit was the new way of doing things. And then it would have market shifts and figure out that that's not the right way to do things. And that foundation is going to break down later on. So it was all about teaching him the right way, having patience. We're going to get there. Let's make sure we learn everything, see it from every perspective, and then when you're ready, you can start running. And that's the thought behind it, is we don't want to skip the process.